Okay. I am, as you can see, I'm Amy Stack. I am the regional tech trainer for the Mid-American region, and today we are going to be going over plug, play, and prospect. We have a tool that's provided to the Mid-American region on a monthly basis, and that's what we're going to cover today, but it's a monthly marketing kit that has an email component, about quarterly that will include a text component, and then there's also social media pieces and some options of what to say with it. So if you don't know like we have a cool graphic and you're like, great, what do I say about it? We've got some suggestions for that too, some inspiration for you. So we're going to talk about that today. All right, and getting started, I hit record. That's my little reminder. A little bit about me. Like I said, I'm the regional tech trainer for the Mid-American region. So if you weren't aware, we are all of Illinois, about half of Indiana, and just a little sliver of southern Wisconsin. So I cover all the offices in that area. On March 1st, I'll be with KW for 9 years. So I just put it on here a little early, but 9 years with KW. And I've been in real estate since 2012. So I've been doing all kinds of fun conversations with people to help them build their business for quite a while now. I am also a realtor myself and an investor and a labs advisor. So I get to actually give feedback on products before they release to command or updates. So if that's something you might be interested in doing, you just let me know. I can get you the little application. It is a volunteer position. We meet once or twice a week, and then we get to, like I said, experience those product updates early and give feedback to the development team, which is pretty cool. On the personal side, if you guys don't know me, I am married. We've been married a little over 12 years now. We have a crazy fun fluff ball of a dog named Lando Barkrisian. He's about 45 pounds and he's rescued, so we don't really know what he is. And then we are a proud aunt and uncle to five nieces and nephews. So, with that in mind, we're going to talk a little bit about what we want to do here together as a class today. My goal for you is to be able to, as you can see on the screen, equip you with a simple system to deliver consistent, value-driven touches. Value-driven is the key there. So that you can use those with those ready-made monthly marketing tools that I mentioned at the beginning. If you guys are on the James Shaw calls, he says this a lot, that consistency without value is annoying, meaning you're in front of people all the time, which is good, but it's annoying because you're not giving them value. And the opposite is value without consistency is anonymous, because if you give them something that they really love, but they can't remember who you are, then it's not really going to be helpful to you. So that's why we want a simple system that provides value-driven material to your clients so that you can stay top of mind. So again, the goal is to walk away with a repeatable monthly strategy to make this easy for you month over month. And you'll know how exactly to use that plug and play resource kit that I have for you, that monthly marketing kit. And of course, like I said, we want to stay stop. We want to stay top of mind. I'm talking too fast for myself today, to help you grow your database effortlessly. So while this is primarily used as a way to touch the people that are already in your database, you can leverage it as a way to grow your database as well. So we'll talk about that a little bit. Um, One of the things I like to remind everybody is, what are the laws of the database? So if this is new to you, you're in the right spot. This is very important for your business. If it's not new to you, I just want to drill it in a little bit more. There's four laws of the database. The first thing we have to do is build it. That means we got to get all our people in one spot. I don't care what platform you use, but having all of your people in one spot is going to make your job exponentially easier. And whether it's you or you have an admin, it doesn't matter. Maybe you have a VA working with you. Having everybody in one group makes it easier to communicate to all of them in one platform. Then we want to make sure we're feeding it daily. So we want to constantly be growing that database, because we might find we don't want to work with somebody and we get rid of them, right? And that's okay. You should be enjoying what you do on a daily basis. You shouldn't have to work with people you don't want to work with, but that means we've got to replace them. The more people we can put in there, the more opportunity we get. So feed it is the second law. Our third law is touch it in a systematic way. So that means make sure, again, you're staying in front of them consistently. You have a system around it to make it easy for you. So you don't come to the 30th of the month and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't talk to anybody. I have to throw something together really quick right now. So we want to build a system around it to touch them regularly. And then the fourth law of the database is to service all leads that come your way. That means give them that great, everybody, same great client experience so that they are going to talk about you and share your information to hopefully give you referrals and come back to you in the long run. So build it, feed it, touch it, service it. Those are the short versions of the laws of the database. Now, this is right out of the MREA book, so the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. So if you want to learn more about that, that is in that book. And I have a feeling, based on this slide, you can figure out what we're focusing on today. Any thoughts? You guys can come off mute or put it in the chat. Which step are we going to focus on today? Anybody? There we go. I see it in the chat. Leanne said touch. Yeah, I made it a different color. I tried to make it easy for you. Thanks, Leanne. Yep, so we are going to be talking about touching our database in a systematic way. I have some stats for you that are more updated. So if you've been in my classes before, these are a little bit newer. But as of 2025, NAR put out new stats about our business and what happens when we don't follow up. And what happens when we don't follow up is that we lose over 75% of our business. I even have stats broken down by buy versus sell side. So 91% of buyers say they would use their agent again, and only 18% actually do. Whereas on the sell side, we have about 87% of people say they would use their agent again, and only 29% are actually doing that. So a little bit better retention on the sell side, but combined, that's a loss of over 75% of our business simply because we're not staying in front of them. Isn't that crazy? We just need to talk to them a little bit more. We want to make sure that we are staying top of mind and that we get their mind share. On average, any person can only remember 2 to 3 brands quickly and easily for one type of company. So I use the example a lot with soda, like Coke and Pepsi. Those are the 2 big soda brands we know of. One of the ones I use in class is when it's, go ahead and put in the chat for this. Answer my question in the chat. When you need to blow your nose, what do you go reach for? When you need to blow your nose, I see Kleenex, I see Kleenex, I see Kleenex. Do you think they have our mind share? Right? Kleenex is always the first one I get. Sometimes I get Puffs. And then I usually get maybe a couple of people every now and then will say like a local store brand, like the store has their own brand, right? But Kleenex and Puffs are the big ones. So we want you to have that type of mind share when it comes to real estate for anybody in your database. We don't want them to have to go Google to find somebody. We don't want them to have to ask a friend. We want those people to actually be the person that people are asking for a recommendation, so they give your name. So that's what this is going to help you accomplish today. If you're familiar with the 36 Touch program, this is also in the MREA book, but it is a system designed to help you stay top of mind by consistently delivering that value, just like we talked about earlier. So the goal with that system is to have 36 touches throughout the year. It used to be 32. The book says 32, I believe, still. Then it moved to 36. Then it was 72. And now people are doing like over 100 a year. So whatever makes sense for your business, I would not do less than 36. That's going to lay a strong foundation for you. And you're like, whew, 36 seems like a lot of things to come up with. Well, I've got a fun little list for you. So we already have the monthly neighborhood nurture. That's a smart plan right inside command. So if you set that up monthly, that's already 12 touches for you. You can set that up bi-weekly as well. So that would be 24. Then, like I said, the monthly newsletter. This monthly marketing kit includes a newsletter, and the content changes each month. Some of them are hyper local, and when that's the case, I'll actually have our region broken up into 4 areas. So, for example, December was the last hyper local one I did, and I found information from all of the different parts of our region about holiday light opportunities. So they could be paid shows that people could go to. They could be free experiences driving through neighborhoods, but that was really hyper local, and people in Chicago and Southern Illinois don't necessarily care what's going on in the other spot. So I made four versions of that. This month I did one that is it's open for the whole region to use. It is winter specific, so it's not something people in Florida are going to use. So it is still a little bit more custom for your audience, but it is something our entire region could use. I saw Laura said Kleenex, no, Puffs, boo. So that's what we will cover today are those 12 newsletters that are curated for you, and I'll show you how to find them, what they look like, and how you implement them. But there's just some other suggestions here of different ways you can get to that 36 touch using things that are already made for you or something that could be an easy system to implement. And if you scan that code, it will take you to our MarTech Hub, which I will put in the chat in a moment because that's where you're going to get your monthly kit. All right. So I touched on this a little bit, but what exactly is part of this kit? What does it include? Like I said, every month there's an email template. I make that in Command. I do have agents that use other platforms, and that's totally fine. If you do, you can come into Command and you can copy the content and put it in your newsletter. Maybe you send it through MailChimp or a different platform. I don't care where you send it. I just want you to touch your people. So go use the content so you don't have to spend the time to putting it together. Like I said, about quarterly, I'll have a text component in this marketing kit as well. So if you're using Command Smart Plans, one of the options is to have a text. So if you use Twilio, your text can automatically go out to them. That's something that can link right into Command. If you don't, you can have a reminder to yourself to go ahead and send a text message out. And then we have social media graphics. So I have a static, like just a plain picture type graphic that you can post. And I also have a video that's formatted vertically, so you can put it in Reels or Stories or on TikTok. And if you do want to make changes, if I skip to that fifth line here, I'm actually providing you the templates for that now. The key for those templates is that you must be using your KW Canva account. If you are not in the KW ecosystem, you will not have access to those assets. So that's what is included. And I do see that our Elmhurst office has their hand up. What's your question?
Um, it was a few slides ago, but are you just gonna be talking about newsletter or, because I'm really curious about the home equity, what you do.
Oh, so that's a different class. I do that one as well, but today we're just going to be talking about the plug and play, the monthly marketing kit.
Okay,
But
thank
yes.
you.
Yeah, I do have a recorded class about that home equity drip on my YouTube channel as well.
Okay, I'll look it up. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So we're about to leave the slide deck. Are you guys ready? I got a thumbs up. All right. So what we're going to look at here is we're going to go live into these different resource spots, including Command, and I'll show you how to find the smart plan, how to find the graphics in the videos, and the sample text if you don't know what to post with that graphic. I'll show you how you can make edits. And how you can test it and get a preview of that email, and of course, how you actually send it to your database. That's key, right? We got to send it. Otherwise, none of this matters. So I'm going to exit my preview here, and the first thing I actually want to do is show you what it is we'll be sending out. And then I'll show you how to do everything with it. Is that fair? We all on the same page there? I see head nods. Okay, lovely. So this is the sample of the winter marketing kit. This is for February specifically. It's all about how you can kind of conserve energy and save some money and winterize your house a little bit. Not winterize in the sense that we can't use it like a showing that's vacant, but let's add some extra installation where it makes sense to help us save money on those electric bills or gas bills. So your information will pull in at the top from your marketing profile in Command, so that will be custom for everybody. And then where it says contact first name here, it will actually pull in your contact's name. So I see Jacqueline on the screen. If I sent it to her, it would say, "Hi, Jacqueline," not "Hi, contact first name." And then we've got a little paragraph that explains what's going on in this email and some links. So if you are wanting to provide some links of things that line up with these 10 suggestions on how to help conserve energy in the winter and keep you warm, there are links right here that they can click on and it will take them right to the product if they want to purchase it. They can also skip right over it. The pictures are linked as well as the text below them. And then below those pictures are our 10 tips to stay warm and conserve energy or conserve money, excuse me. And then below that are some call to actions from you to them. So there's a reminder here that you are the local real estate expert, and so you can actually connect them with your allied partners. Maybe they need a furnace tune-up. Well, reach out. Let me know. I can get you connected. That could help you build relationships on the vendor side as well, so maybe they can refer business to you, not just your clients. And then at the end, there's, that ask for a referral as well if they know somebody or they themselves have a real estate need. All of the information at the very bottom pulls in from your marketing profile too, so you won't have to update any of that content. The other pieces I mentioned were social media. Mine is a little different from yours because I make a kit for our leaders as well. So my video is telling agents to go talk to their tech trainers that this is available. But the one that you guys have access to actually tells your database, hey, I have this newsletter that's available. If you missed it, go check or give me your email and I can add you to my list for next time or send it to you directly this time. So there's just a little sample. There is some music with that. Just a fun little happy little ditty. And it just will loop on your feed. And I posted it just on my profile. I did put it in my story as well, but your story only lasts 24 hours. So I left it up here so that people could see it longer. But that's just one example of the social media tool. All right, I need some thumbs ups or yeses in the chats. Are we ready to implement? Follow along and do this right now. I see some physical thumbs ups on the screens. Great. I see something came in the chat. All right, give me 1 second. Here we go. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect. And then there was a question in there that says, I'm new. How do we get to the starting point? And that's where we're going right now. So that's perfect. I am going to show you exactly where to start. So the first thing I want to do is put this link in the chat. Let's go. Thanks, Kathy. Love it. All right, so I put a link in the chat and it's going to go to the screen that we're on right now. This is the MAR Tech Hub, so Mid-American Region Tech Hub. And I update this every month. So I do share with leadership when these kits are available, and most of the leadership teams are pretty good at alerting the offices when they're available as well. You might actually see it here before you hear from them. So if you want to be the first to know, make sure you come here and check this out because there is a video that's going to go over basically everything we're talking about today, where to find it, how to use it. And then there's a link here that says get this marketing kit. So go ahead and click that right now, get this marketing kit, and it's going to open up a Google Drive for you. And I see our Elmhurst friends have a question again. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the thing is, we're like on a shared big screen, but I want to do this on my computer.
Yeah.
I can't, if I click it, it's not, like, what's a quick way to get to it? Is that link?
So I can just tell you too. Well, there's a couple of things. So there is this QR code on the bottom right. If you scan
Okay.
that, obviously it would be on your phone, but that would bring the link tree up on your phone. But if you want to manually type it into your computer in case anybody else is doing a watch party as well, it is Linktree. So it's linktr.ee/mar, M-A-R, tech hub. So that if you type that in, this page should also come up for you. So linktr.ee/mar tech hub. And you can see it up at the top here. It might be kind of small on your screen, but this is what you want to type in. Did it pull up for you?
Linktree, EE.
But it's tr.ee. And then /mar tech hub.
Do you guys get it?
No.
I thought Sharice gave me a thumbs up in
Keep
the
going,
back.
I'll figure it out.
All right, okay. Teamwork. Okay, so when you click that link that I said, this one that says get this monthly marketing kit, it will open up a Google Drive folder and you'll see it's labeled Agent February 2026 and it gets a little cut off, but that's winter. It's the theme of this newsletter. Within this folder, you have a few assets. One is a Google Doc, that's the blue one, and then we have those social media pieces. So the first thing I want you to do is click on that Google Doc, and it will open in a new tab, and this is all of your instructions and links to anything you might need. You don't need to click where it says click here at the top because I'm actually going over that live with you right now, but if you want to revisit this or next month you're like, whew, I don't remember anything that she said in that class, I make a video each month for how to implement this marketing kit. So where it says click here, we'll have the most recent video for you. But like I said, we're going to do that right now, so you don't have to click that. Next, we have the Canva, the KW Canva templates. So if for some reason you want to make edits to those templates, you can. However, you must be logged into your KW Canva account. You do not have to make edits. They are generic enough that anybody could use them, but I will go into that in a little bit as well. But that's where you find those template links. And then below that is our sample text. So if you're not sure what to put on social media with those graphics, here's just some ideas. You can change them, you can use them exactly as they are. Just somewhere to get you started. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the Google Drive. And I'm going to click on this guy that's the picture. So that's what our static graphic means. There's no movement to it. If you want to have that same graphic but have a little motion, I've also downloaded it as kind of like a little GIF. So it just has the text kind of fly in there for you. And then this is what I showed you on my page, except it is the ones for the agents to use. You can see this one, instead of having the red on it, it is all white because I know that lots of people have their own brand colors and red might not look good with that. So if you do want to use this without changing anything, I tried to make it as palatable for all brands as I could. Oh, Kathy said love these. Thank you. All right. So that is what's in your Google folder. And I think the first thing we should do is go into Command to show you how you can actually find this plan and send it to your people. So I have Command pulled up here. And to get to the content, I'm going to close out of the page I'm in. I didn't make any changes. I'm going to go to my home screen. So when you log into Command, this is what your screen will look like. And we want to go to Smart Plans. So that's the fourth icon on the screen is Smart Plans. So go ahead and click that if you're following along. Click on Smart Plans. For those of you that might be newer to Command, if you click the red square in the top, it will actually open up all the names of those applets if that helps you remember what they are a little bit easier. So I'm just going to close that. But the fourth one, Smart Plans, is where we are. I'm going to switch to my personal side. You can do this on a team or a personal account. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you're sending it from where you want to download it to the same part of Command that your contacts live in. Because if you download it to your personal side and you're on a team and your contacts are in the team side, it won't be able to send to those people. All right, so we don't have the smart plan yet, so how do we get it? We're going to click this library button at the top. And I title all of my smart plans with MAR in the front. So we're going to go to the search bar here and type in MAR, M-A-R. And then for these newsletters, I put the abbreviation of the month, so Feb, and then the year, 2026. So if you type that in, MAR, Feb, 2026, I can put it in the chat too. It should pop right up. And this next part, don't follow along. I just want to give you an example. I told you in December I made 4 versions. When that's the case, this is what it will look like. So you can see this one was made for Chicagoland. This was Central and Southern Illinois, Northern Illinois, and Indiana. In this case, we just have one for this month. Everybody can share the same one. So when you find that February one, I want you to go ahead and hit Add Smart Plan. and then we will hit download. It might make you hit download twice if you don't already have the neighborhood nurture in your account, and that's fine. You just want to make sure you hit all those download buttons. I personally already have that one, so I got a little error message. You should not get an error message, and this little screen should just close out for you. Then once you've downloaded it, you'll go back to the button that says My Smart Plans. If you're on a team, it might say Team Plans. So you want to go back there, and those are all the ones that are ready for you to use. So anything that you've downloaded to your section will be listed here. For those of you that just downloaded this right now, it should be the first one on your list. Mine's a little farther down because I've worked on some other things since I've downloaded it. But you'll see the name, you can hover over it here. It adds the word my to the front of it, and then it says Mar Feb 2026 winter. So if I go all the way to the right-hand side and hit the edit pencil, if I want to make any changes, this is how I will do that. So I can hit that edit pencil, and you can see I have step 1 is send that email, and then about 5 days later, it's actually set up to add people to that monthly neighborhood nurture. So I mentioned that at the beginning of class. A lot of you are already using that, and that's great. If you already have your people on the neighborhood nurture, this will not add it a second time for them, but it will catch anybody that maybe you didn't have an email for before, or is new to your database, or maybe you didn't have an address, so they didn't have a neighborhood. It will pick up all those people to add them to that neighborhood nurture. If for some reason you don't want to use that feature, all you have to do is click where it says day 6 here, click on the white box for monthly neighborhood nurture, and go up to the top right and hit the trash can. So if you don't want to be using the monthly neighborhood nurture, you can delete that step. I'm not going to. The first step where it says day 1, if you click that white box, you'll see a preview on the right-hand side of what I showed you earlier. If you want to make edits to it, you will go again to the top right and hit that edit pencil. And you can see I now have the ability to change the subject line if I want to. And you're welcome to do that. I do run these through a system that helps me get higher click rates for my subject lines. So just keep that in mind. I'll put the name in the chat. It's called sendcheckit.com. So if you want to use that for yourself, you absolutely can. It gives you a little score like you're back in grade school. And anything that is a red flag, it'll say like maybe this word is spammy, so that'll be red and it'll say spam, and let you know that maybe you want to change that to get a better open rate. Leanne, is it free? Yes, it is a free system. It's just a free website. It will probably make you sign up, like create an account with them, but it is free. It's a great tool. Okay, so that's the subject line. Below that, we have again that preview of our image. So if we want to make any edits to the smart plan, which I won't be offended if you do, you can just hit the edit button just to the bottom right of that preview and hit continue to edit design. This is now opening a different part of command. This is called designs, but we're now in the editor mode of designs. So everything I built is here for you. And if there's anything you want to change, maybe this opening message just isn't your tone of voice, you can click on it and the editor will open up on the right-hand side and you can change any of the text in here that you would like to change. Same thing, if I don't like this humidity and temperature meter, I can click on that and I can change the link right here, or I can hit replace and change the photo. Just make sure if you do that, you also click the text below it and update the text to be the correct thing. And I do have that linked as well. So if you highlight the text, so I just double clicked on it and it highlighted everything. There's a little link button right here, and you can put in whatever the link is that you're driving people towards clicking. And then you would just hit save, and you can go back and that would be updated. You can hit save as you go. Make sure you don't lose any of your work. That's up at the top right. Again, all of this, you can just click on it and then come over to the right-hand side and make any edits in here that you would like to. If you want to send yourself a test or see a preview of it, there's 2 places you can go. There is an eyeball, little eyeball icon kind of at the top right of the preview spot. And I can click that and that opens it without all the dashed lines, and it has all my information fed in at the top there. and at the bottom. So this is what it would look like going to my clients. And it's set up for a desktop preview. I can go to the top and also see what it would look like on a tablet or a mobile phone. So you don't make 3 versions of it. It just shows you what it would look like on those different size screens. So that's it. And when you're all done, all you have to do is hit save and close. And that saves the design, it closes it, and it will bring you back to the smart plan. And then I would want to save my changes on my smart plan as well. Is anybody wanting to send this as is? Are you gonna, I just want to know if anybody needs to make edits or not. So put in the chat, or come off mute, edit, or send now. Edit or send now. Just curious. Send now from Lou. Wonderful. Already sent mine. Okay, Kathy. Melissa, send now. Okay, we got lots of people sending now. Okay, great. Then now that you know where to get it, I'll go ahead and save that plan. And then I'm going to X out of it. Now you can send directly from this screen. If you want to do that, you come over to the far right and see that little person with a plus sign. This has access to everybody in your database. You can search for them like individual people. You can select all. It only picks up 20 people at a time. This is not all your entire database. You can also search by tags. I personally don't like to do it that way because I don't only want to add 20 people at a time. So what I do, I'm going to leave Smart Plans. We're going to go to the top left of the screen and look for contacts. It's the second applet. And I have mine defaulted to a demo view with some of my favorite fictional characters here. So I want to send it to all of my friends at the office and in Panem from the Hunger Games. So what I can do is select this checkbox next to full name, and it selects everybody in that group, which for me is 30. Now, if you are wanting to send this to a specific group in your database and you have tags set up to find them, you can click this filters button and you can come to tags and search for them. So see, I have my fake tag is selected right now. You can do multiple tags if you want to. So whoops, I have one that's just Amy database. So if I apply that and select it, now you'll notice I have 500 people selected instead of just 30. So we're going to get rid of that one. So here's my group of 30 that I want to use. As soon as I click any of the checkboxes here, I have an option that shows up at the bottom, kind of right-hand side of the screen there, that says Add to Smart Plan. So if I do this, I can add up to 500 people to the Smart Plan at one time instead of 20. So I'm going to hit Add to Smart Plan, and then I have to find the Smart Plan I'm using. Again, if you are just downloaded that today, it will be the top of your list, and then you'll just hit Select. Go ahead, Lou.
Yeah, just a quick question. So if I wanted to do everyone in my database except for agents, I would just use the filtering and do all the select and add to smart plan?
Yeah. Are
Okay.
your agents tagged as agents?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to go show you guys an advanced feature really quick. Is that okay? All right. So I'm going to go into my filters and go up to the top right to advanced. And this will let me search for things that have a tag except this tag. So in your case, Lou, it sounds like you want everybody except the agent. So you're not looking for a specific tag that you want to send to, just a specific tag you want to remove, correct? Okay. So for my where, I'm looking at tags. And instead of includes any, I want to exclude all people that have the tag agent. Whatever your tag is, all of your tags will become options here. In this case, I have fake here. Let's take that out and do, oh, actually, here's a good one. Some of mine are tagged test as well. So this group that I have pulled up of 30, all of them say fake. Some of them also say test. I do need to leave my original one on so that I keep that fake. So in this case, I'm looking for two things. Lou, you will only have to do that first line, exclude and then agent. For me, I want to include fake and I want to exclude test. So when I hit apply, now my list is only 20 people because I excluded the ones that said test. So there's a little advanced feature for you. Also, why I love tags so much. That made it a lot easier than trying to manually pick out 20 people from a list, right? So again, once you have your list, click that checkbox by full name, come to the bottom, hit add to smart plan, find your smart plan. We'll hit select there. I do have somebody in here who I'm missing an email for, which means I can't send that email, so I can choose to remove him. And then I have some options. Send it right now, schedule it to send at a different date, or number three is a stagger start. In this case, I don't think we need that. We can just send them all at one time. But if for some reason you wanted to send 5 today and 5 tomorrow and 5 the next day, you could do a stagger start and say, I only want it to go to 5 people per day. So choose what's most appropriate for you. Make sure that you have permission to contact these people. And if you do, you can check that I've read the TCPA disclaimer, and then you would hit confirm. None of my people are real, so this will all bounce back for me. But in your case, that would just send it off to them. Or, if you scheduled it, it would send at the time you scheduled it. And that's how you send the smart plan. I see there's a couple questions in the chat. Oh, there are just more. Already did it, send now. Okay, wonderful. So that's the smart plan. Any questions on that before we move over to the social media pieces? Who sent it? I know Kathy did. Did anybody else sent it? Put sent in the chat if you sent it already. Let's see. Sent. Woo! Amanda, Leanne, wonderful. And Kathy did it. So we got a few people who already sent it. Sent to myself to test. Great idea, Melissa. Yeah, if you guys don't have yourself as a contact in command, I highly recommend you do that so you can send yourself test emails. What's holding you back for the people that didn't send it right now? Feel free to come off mute.
One more question. So
Sure.
if you've got over 500,
You'll do a
you
couple of sends then.
okay. Thanks.
Yep. Great question, Lou. So if my list was over 500, I would select all and do my first send with add to smart plan. Once the plan sends, you'll still be on that same screen and you'll be able to click this arrow over button and it will take you to the next batch of people. So if you have 2,000 people you're sending it to, you'll do this 4 times. Does that help? Perfect. What's holding anybody else back? I'm curious why we're not just sending it right now.
Hi, Donna.
Yeah.
Basically, I just added a bunch of emails. I just want to make sure they're in the right group.
Okay. Perfect. And you know how to do that, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you'll get yours sent by the end of the day. Okay. She's laughing. You're gonna do it. I have faith in you.
That was someone else laughing.
Oh, okay.
Mine is sent though, Amy. I sent mine already. I had already sent it before this class, but.
Oh, perfect. All right. Okay, so that's all the parts that are in command for the smart plan. Like I said, if we have a text step, that would be an extra piece on this screen. Actually, I can pull up, I think December had a text. Let me just show you what that looks like before we leave command. So in this case, we had an email, and then you can see right here is that text step. So I could click on that. I can see the whole text message, and I can make edits here if I want to as well. Again, just by hitting that edit pencil. And those things that are in blue will automatically pull in from command. So in this case, it would say, hope your holiday season is off to a cozy start, Donna. Feel free to share your best email. I'll pass it along, Amy Stack. So you don't have to worry about typing your name in there. It'll pop right in from your command information. Like I said, that text step is on there about quarterly. When I do those more hyper-local ones is when I add those text steps. Okay, we ready to leave command?
One more question on the newsletters. So, every month we would do this manually. There's no add
Correct.
to a nurture. Okay.
Correct. Yeah, because I make them every month, I don't have them pre-made for the whole year. And I had thought about doing some that were totally generic that we could just set up once for each year. but people seem to really like those hyper local ones, and unfortunately, I just don't have the content ahead of time to make it a year out. So,
Okay. And one more
yeah.
question. So
Sure.
any new contact coming into the database, is there a way
Yes.
to default that they enter into that?
Let me think about this. So every time or okay, there is something that's called a trigger. So I could say anybody that I add to the database with tag new gets automatically added to this smart plan. However, if you do that and then we're in March now, they're going to get the February plan if you didn't
Yeah, yeah.
update it,
Okay.
right? So you
Yeah.
can do that, but you would just have to make sure to update those triggers each month as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Good question. All right, so I'm going to go back to our Google Doc, this screen right here that has those Canva templates. So if you want to make edits to your Canva templates, you can click this link here. You must be logged in to KW Command. I know I've said it a lot, but just in case somebody missed it, you have to be logged into your KW account to be Canva to be able to see those. So when you click that link, it will take you to our regional folder, so everybody in this region in MAR has access to this. If we have any guests on the screen, you won't be able to see this because you're not in our region. So you'll pick your month. We're in February. And then are you an agent or leadership? In this case, we're working on agent resources. And you can see there's three pieces in here. So I did include the header of the email in there. So again, if your branding isn't red, you could click on this and you could click the red box and change the color. So let's say, I don't know, maybe we're yellow. Ooh, that's hard to read with the white. Then you could change the white to black as well. Maybe you're purple or that bluish color, right? Maybe you just want gray or black. So you can change that color if you want to. I'm going to leave it red because I'm editing the master. It will prompt you to make a copy of the template. You will not have access to edit the master. You will make a copy right inside Canva, and when you edit it, it doesn't affect what anybody else sees or has access to. Okay? When you are done with your edits, you'll hit the share button at the top right hand side and you can hit download. You'll have several options here of how you want to download it. It defaults to what it's suggesting that you should use for a file type. So in this case, PNG is what we want. And then you would just hit download and it would go into your downloads folder if you wanted this one. I'm going to go back to a screen. These are the two, the video and that other graphic that you're most likely you'll want to be using these ones. So when I come into the video, if I wanted to add my own logo here, maybe I want to move this up a little. And, oh, I hit the wrong button. Maybe I wanted to add a logo that I have in here. Now that's bad coloring. I wouldn't recommend using that one. You actually want to put it above that line. So where this white line is, below that is kind of where the ads pop up on social media. So if you put something below that white line, it might not show when it might get covered by an ad. So just a little hot tip for you. And you can change again all the coloring on here if we liked that blue color, right? So you have the ability to do that. I'm going to hit undo because this is my master. And once you're done with that, you'll go to the top right and hit share. And again, sorry, no, that was right. And then download. And again, you'll have the option to change the format. It should default to MP4, which is the file you would be able to share on social media for videos. And you can do this on the Canva app on your phone as well. So then it's easier. Like if you only use Facebook on your phone and not on the desktop, you can download this to your phone through the Canva app and then upload it directly to Facebook or TikTok or Instagram right from your phone. I see there's a question in the chat. When you're adding the logo, we see that in Canva. Oh, no. I'm on the master right now, so any edits I make are editing what you're seeing, but when you make a copy, it will only be yours. So you don't have to worry about that. That's why I undid everything I did in there originally, because I didn't want the office logo in there for all of you. So that's how you get in there to make those edits. And the other one is this graphic here. So maybe you don't want the Mid-American region logo there. And maybe you want, I'm going to try to click that red. Maybe you want to make that your other color. Right, and so now I've just updated it. I could put my own logo on here if I want to. Now this one in our marketing kit has two versions. So I'm going to show you how I did that. I have share and download. And you can see it defaulted to MP4. So that's how I got those words to kind of fly in because I downloaded it as a video file. If I just want a static file, I want a PNG, I can switch it to PNG here. And then it's just the static graphic. There's no movement or anything with it. So those are the two different ways you can download it. I'm going to hit undo there. Perfect. Actually, you guys probably don't care about that. So I'm just going to take the logo off the master. Because my guess is most people will either want their office logo or their own logo. Am I right? I see head nods. Okay, cool. Updated. Now that's all done for you. Okay, so that's how you get into Canva and download those. And then you would just put it on whatever social platform you want to use it on. You could even text these out to people if you want to. Any questions about that? All right. So we're gonna get back to our little presentation.
I'm doing something wrong because it's saying that I can't edit. It's saying view read only.
It's not asking you to make a copy, download the template, make a copy of the template.
Um,
Let me see. Yeah, it just opens up for me. Give me 1 second. I have something on a different screen I can pull up as an example. I think this will work. Okay, so it should give you something that looks like this, but you won't have edit. Instead of edit or view, it should prompt you to make a copy of the template. So it should show you a little preview of the document or the graphic. Is that what you're seeing?
no,
Hmm.
no,
Hmm.
I'm just saying the file. I click on it and it just says file. And then in
Can
the
you
right
just
hand
share
side,
it?
it says copy of 3 agent value touch.
But you can't edit it. So you got to this point here,
Yes,
and then you came into agents,
Mhm.
yes.
and then you clicked which one?
What did I click? Agents, then I clicked on copy of 3 agent value touch.
Okay. And it didn't prompt you to make a copy.
It didn't prompt me either, Amy.
No, it just
Did
says
it open
file.
it up for you at all? I'm
It
curious.
Yeah, it opens it up, and then in this side it says file viewing, and then on the
Okay.
right side it says copy.
If you go to the top, oh, so copy might be what you need to do. There's also should be a file button at the top left here.
Yes.
And if you click that, there's going to be a make a copy option. So if it doesn't automatically prompt you to make a copy, you can come to File and hit make a copy, and you'll be able to edit the copy.
Okay. Yep.
Did
Thank
that
you.
help? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Thank you for asking. I'm sure other people were experiencing that as well. This is a new tool for us, having a regional folder, and I populate it so I can't see how you experience it. So thank you. That was
Well,
helpful for me too.
sorry, I got behind there. How do you put like your branding on it, or is it automatically tied into the command?
No, you would have to put that in there. So what some people have their assets already preloaded. So like I have this upload section. These are all things I've already uploaded to command. So you can see I have
Okay.
like the regional logos in here and that just kind of dropped.
Oh, I could just slide it. Okay,
Yeah.
I have like a
Oops.
banner thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of cute. I like that. We made a new little custom logo for the region. Anywho, I digress. So if you aren't being prompted to make a copy, hit file in the top left and then hit make a copy and you will be able to edit that one. So thank you, Lou. Appreciate that. All right, we'll go back to our presentation then. Oh, I got backwards on a slide. Okay, so we did all the things. We now know how to find the smart plan, how to find the graphics and the video and the sample text, right? All in the Google Drive or the MAR Tech Hub. We know how to edit them, how we can send ourselves a test and add our own information to it, and then, of course, how to send it. So my next question for you is, now that you have this kit, we've talked about how we can use it to touch our database, the people that we already have. How can you use it to grow your database? Remember, the second law of the database is grow it. Feed it daily. I've got a couple examples on here. What would you do with any of these? Or do you have an additional idea on how you can use it to prospect? We talked about social media, right? There's some text in that Google Doc that will help you share a little story about it and tell people that you have this as an item that they can have access to if they give you their email. What else can you do? I know you have
I mean,
ideas.
a reason to call.
Yeah, give it's exactly. Make sure they got it. Reach out. That's a great example, Donna. What do you think you'd do with an email signature? How could we use it there?
Subscribe link.
Absolutely. Sign up for my monthly newsletter. Here's the link, right? And you could just have a Google form capture if you want. Events. How would you use this at an event? There's lots of different types of events out there. Any thoughts on that? What if we say specifically at an open house, how could you use this?
The QR code to subscribe.
That's right. You could absolutely do that because you're meeting new people, right? Sometimes you're hosting open houses that aren't even your listings. So you could have a QR code that says, "Hey, you want a monthly update with stuff that's going on in our area?" Like I can provide that to you. You could also do a QR code to have them sign up for the monthly neighborhood nurture. I've seen people do stuff like this at events where they have some type of form where they're collecting data, whether it's digital or handwritten, and they just ask if those people would like to receive their monthly newsletter. And that's a way you can add people to it as well and hopefully grow your database. Did anybody think of anything else that they could use this for that we didn't mention already? No? Okay. Well, if you do, feel free to let us know or put it in the chat. But I would love to have you guys scan this little QR code that'll give you an opportunity to fill out a feedback form for me so I can understand how I can do this better for the next time for you. And if you are willing, I could turn your story into a little testimony and share that. So you go ahead and scan that code. This class is plug, play, and prospect when it asks that. Plug, play, and prospect. And I would also love to hear, what did you learn today? What's an aha you got from today's class? Feel free to come off mute or put something in the chat there.
Well, I have been resisting this, and this was so damn easy. So thank you, Amy. We're lucky to
Yay!
have you.
Oh, I'm so glad. So it was easier than you thought it would be.
Yes, way easier.
Good. That was my goal. Unfortunately, I can't send it for you, but I'm trying to do everything I can to just make it easy to utilize. So I'm happy to hear that. Thank you, Lou. Any other ahas from today? Something new you learned? All right. What's an action item you're going to take from today? I know some people sent it already, which is fantastic. I'm so excited to hear that. What's another action you might take? Or if you haven't sent it today, are you going to send it?
I sent it today. I'm definitely going to do the QR codes at open houses.
Perfect. Oh, I love that. Yes, the open house captures some more leads. Give them a little something of value, right? Hopefully they'll give you, it's an incentive to give you their real information.
I was going to say, instead of just grabbing the bogus information.
Exactly. Oh, I see something in the chat here. Oh, yes, we can. Luann, I can go over that too. Um, mhm. All right. Okay. Well, I am going to stop recording. Maybe if I can find the button because my screen is still shared. Give me 1 second. A lot going on my screen here. We'll hit stop record. And